Let me share my screen. Let me give you a small overview what I'm going to do today so that you will understand what is the plan. So I have AWS cloud account. This is my AWS cloud account. And second, this is my machine. We are going to do two things, and then we are going to build one implementation pipeline as part of the Postgre installation. So first thing that I'm going to do, I'm use AWS CLI to show you how to create a Postgre database using RDS. I'm not going to do it using manual step. Yesterday I have explained about all the things. I'm audible first of all.
Yeah.
Everyone. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm not going to show you manual step because it is widely available in the YouTube and everywhere. The main important thing, the advanced part of the installation is doing it from the automation or using the command prompt. Okay. And then I'm going to show you Terraform. Okay. The moment I will cover with Terraform, OpenTofu will also get covered by default. Okay. Because the command syntax, everything is same. Okay. So I'm going to install AWS CLI here, AWS CLI. I will run some script or some command, and that command will connect remotely to my AWS account. Okay. And what it will do, it will create the RDS database. Okay. And in the later part, we will use Jenkins to create the pipeline, end-to-end pipeline. So I'm going to show you everything. The rule is, in case if you get a single doubt, or if you are not clear about anything, any step or anything what I'm talking in terms of wordings or technology terms, please stop me and we can have a discussion. Don't accept it directly, okay? Because this is very important and new concept. You might get some little confusion or something. So I'm ready to have a, explanation about that. So first of all, I will go to my remote machine. This is my remote machine. And in this remote machine, I have AWS CLI already installed. AWS CLI, AWS CLI. How to install AWS CLI? I will send you the document, everything. It is just one or two step process. So this is my AWS CLI. Okay. For if you want to install it, it's just a few line process. Let me show you that also. Okay. So if you want to install AWS CLI, you have to simply go and run.
So for this, do we need to create the account on AWS as well?
Yes, yes, yes. I'm going to explain you everything step by step. Okay.
Okay.
I will explain you everything. Let me explain you step by step. The first process is AWS console. From AWS console, you are going to get your security key and your credentials, creds. Third option, you will install AWS CLI on your PC. Fourth, configure AWS CLI, where you are going to just put this credentials and everything here. Once this is configured, you are going to run the commands. And these commands are going to do the work that you want to perform on your AWS console. Okay. So majority of the companies are not doing their cloud related thing using graphical user interface. When I say graphical user interface, it means they don't log into AWS at all. They are managing their entire show or their production environment using automation and using the pipelines. We are going to discuss about pipelines also practically today because yesterday we have talked so much about all those things. So implementation, configuration, everything is going to happen from the command line thing. So once this is done, I will show you how to do it from the Terraform. Okay, so let's do the things step by step. In the first process, when you go to your account, in the account, there's a section called security credentials. So whenever you go to the security credentials, it show you this kind of page. Okay, so here I have my security credentials already configured, but what I will do, I will create new one just to show you. Another important information, security credentials are super duper important. Never ever show your security credentials to anyone. In case if they get your security credentials, there are chances that they can use it and later on you will be in trouble if you get a big bill. Okay. So always what you have to do, you should not show your security credentials. Okay. So this is my new security credentials. I have just downloaded it. So the moment I download, I get this kind of root file. In the root file, I can get my security credentials. So let me open it on CSV format. Any point of time, if you get confused what I am doing, what is happening, please stop me. Even I am fine if we can have an argument, we can have a discussion, we can have any kind of thing. But main intention is to this is going to be the last class for you to understand about AWS CLI. That is my intention. So that at least you are aware with the basics, you are aware with how to do it, because these things are the modern way of doing things and you should be aware of it. The more you understand about it, the more you can do complex and big automations. Okay. So now I got my security credentials. I will simply go to my server where my AWS CLI is configured. Don't worry, AWS CLI configuration is just a yum command. You can simply go and run some commands like, let me show you the command also. It is not the very big command that you will not understand. It is just like, okay, I think I will send you that command. It is not here in the history, but I will send you that. It's just a command like yum install AWS, something like that. Okay. So once your AWS prompt is installed, you can install the same thing on Windows also. Okay, it works on Windows also. Once the AWS prompt is installed, it will simply, you can simply check the version. If you are getting this kind of output, it means your AWS CLI command is ready. Okay. So now the first thing that you have to do, you have to simply go and configure it. Okay. So what is the command to configure it? I have created a detailed step for all these things. Let me get that for you. So for configuring it, let's put AWS configure. So AWS configure will give you an option to put your access key and your ID. Okay. So in my case, oh, where is my key? I think I have just downloaded. Okay. Not this one. So this is my key. I'll put the key. and I will put my access key. Make sure you don't copy any space or something. Sometimes it is space sensitive. Okay. And
So this
what
access key, it was
mhm.
already available, or we have to create it because you have to
It
simply download it.
and yes, you have to create your key from here. I think just I have just created it in front of you, right? You
Okay,
remember?
okay, okay.
So once you
Yesterday, I
create it,
think.
yeah,
The,
yeah.
the,
No,
the
no, just now
steps,
I created. See
yeah,
this?
the steps were very fast. Just slow down and could you show it one more time?
No, it's just let me show you.
Sir, meaning of this key is like these are root credentials.
Meaning of this key is like it's like root access of your Linux operating system.
Okay. So this is root access for AWS account.
AWS account, and you should not be sharing this by any mean but to anyone. Because once they have these kind of access, they can control your entire AWS access, okay, for any kind of purpose. So let me go from the beginning. So you log into your AWS account like this, okay. In the right hand side, you have your user panel, right? Like this. So simply go to the security key here, create access key. I understand, create. This will show you here also one time, or you can download your key also. I prefer to download my CSV file because sometimes I have to use it again and again, right? Second thing, once these keys are created, they will never ever show you again the key and other thing. So you have to be very sure that once you have created the key, you are it somewhere like your Git repository or in your vault or something, okay? Because once it is created, it will only show you access ID. It will not show you your key, okay? So make sure you keep it somewhere properly, okay? So once I have key is created, I will get a file like this, which I have downloaded just now. In the notepad, simply go and copy this key. This is my access key and this is my secret access key. Okay. Now it is clear what I did.
Yes, yes, thank
Yes, Abhishek.
Yes, sir.
So now the important part is how I can use this key with my AWS CLI command. So for that, I have command called AWS configure. So in the AWS configure, I will simply go and I will put this access key and my access key ID. Make sure you should not copy any extra space like this. Can you see this? There's extra space here. Make sure you copy only the required part. If you copy any extra space, you might see issue. Can someone tell me what is this? Yesterday we
Sir,
talked
this
about.
is region.
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 Very good. So what is my reason that I'm going to work on? US
Northward.
East
AP
one,
South
North
1.
Virginia. Okay. So by default, let me take this one only. Whenever I run a command, what kind of output I need? I need JSON output or I need table output. So I will say table output. Okay. Now my AWS CLI is configured. Now what is the next thing that I have to do? I have to simply go and check whether my AWS command is properly configured or not. Okay. For that purpose, today I got some little cold. So just bear with me. So once this AWS configure is done, okay, you can simply go and you can test your configuration by calling your identity. So simply I will call my identity. If I get any error, I will get error. But here, can you see? I got my account ID and this is my account ID. Account ID. copy,
Yes.
paste. I got my account ID. So like that, you can verify that you have connected to your own account or you connected to someone else's account. Okay. So this certifies that you are in the right place. Once this is done, you can do anything, whatever you want to do with your AWS account. Okay. So
Uh,
there
Akshat,
are two
you said,
ways. Mhm.
sorry for this, default output format equal to table.
Table.
So what's that? When you run this, the second command, so it shows in the
Mhm.
table. That's table. What's
Table output.
default? So
Default is
table
JSON
output, no?
basically. Default is JSON.
Okay, okay.
But
So
you
this,
can,
yeah.
yeah, tell me.
No, no, please just explain this. Yeah.
Yeah. So my output is coming in table format. Let's suppose I don't want this to a table format. I will simply say output JSON. So the same thing, JSON
Output spelling. Output spelling is also
output.
T.
So the same thing, whatever is coming in the table format will come as a JSON format, right? It is in table format. Now it is in JSON format. So depending on your automation, depending on your need, you can change the output. There are multiple outputs are available in the AWS command. Okay. Another thing, once your AWS account is ready, everything is ready. Now let's create our first database. Okay, our first database. So currently, do we have any database? Let's see.
Abhishek, for this one, we are giving the root access for this AWS, right?
Mhm.
Do you have any other way like we can restrict IAM permissions to which are the access required for this one? Suppose in the environment, in my environment, when we configure like
Can
this,
you,
we didn't get the root access.
sorry. Can you speak again, like from the beginning? I was not able
Okay.
to hear you properly.
Uh,
Yeah.
Like, can we restrict with permissions like instead of root access, can we
Mm-hmm.
restrict only like suppose if I need to AWS CLI with the database build,
Mm-hmm.
so we can give the permission to the database purpose only. We didn't go for the other
Mm-hmm.
networking change or VPC or subnet
Mm-hmm.
or any other thing. We have that one option. We don't have that one. Directly we have the root access only.
No, very good question, first of all. See, basically, uh, just for the class purpose, I have taken the direct access. Okay.
Hmm.
But there
Hmm.
is another option also available using using the root access rather than using the root access, we can create a user. Okay.
Right. I
Dedicated
am
user.
Hmm.
Using IAM privileges and the root credential of that particular user can be configured here. So in that case, what will happen? The whatever privilege user have, okay, let's suppose I have created this user and user,
RDS, yes. Yeah.
yes, let's suppose it has these many privileges, for example. Okay, so my AWS account will only able to do the access which this particular user is having, same like database user. Like if I have given select privilege, he will only see the select. He will able to do the console AWS console select level thing. If I have given insert update, he will only do the modification like that. So you are absolutely right. We can create a user also.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
So now we don't have any database created, right? Uh, if I want to create a database, what is the process? If I don't want to use the automation, yesterday we talked,
Need
right?
to.
Using the
Yes, need.
console, we can do.
Using the console. But tell me one thing, if you are you are a Amazon company and you have 10 to 15,000 databases. Sometimes there is a requirement where I have to create database like this. Let's suppose I am getting a big billion sale and I need a dynamic database in India. I need a dynamic database in Japan. I need a dynamic database on United States. Let's suppose New York. So, uh, and every these databases is having 100 database instances. So do you think if I want to achieve these kind of requirement, I will go and connect to the AWS console and I will create total 300 databases? It is practically not possible, right? And also when we are doing it manually, there are chances that we'll do mistake. Okay. Also, every database, let's suppose all these 100 databases are not same like each other, right? Let's suppose 50 databases need some other configuration, 30 database needs some other configuration, 20 database needs some different kind of configurations. Total, I have to create 300 databases. Okay, and you have seen that all the big companies have very small team of database administrators, right? They don't hire 30, 40, or 60 people. So how they achieve all these things? They achieve all these things using these kind of automations. Okay. And today I will explain you everything on the screen, how we can do it. So currently, do I have any database here? No, right? So now let's create our first database using automation, and then gradually I will take it to the more options. The first option is either you can create your own shell script. Okay. Uh, or you can write the AWS CLI command directly on the screen. Okay, so whatever is fine with you. Okay, so as we are just started, I will just use the AWS CLI command to show you. And first, let me explain you what I'm doing here. Okay, so this is my command. First of all, before I execute it, let me explain you what I'm doing here from the command prompt point of view. Okay, so where is my pen? Okay, 1 second. Pen. Okay, let me better copy it to my notepad. So this is my command. Rather than executing it, understanding command is more important. Okay, so we will just simply understand this command first, because that is more important. Okay, so AWS is my main command. AWS is my main command. After that, I have given a service name. So AWS is my command, RDS is my service. Under the RDS, I have given a tag called create database instance. Okay, so it means this is for creating an instance. After that, every every module or every service needs some input values, right? Right? Then only that particular service will get created. In other words, if you hit create database here, you have to fill certain details, right? You have to fill certain details, right? So all these details I'm not filling from graphical user interface. I'm filling it from my command. So database identifier, what I'm going to call my database, production, development or something. So I'm going to call my database my RDS Postgre instance, right? My RDS Postgre. Database instance class. What is database instance class? Yesterday we had a great discussion.
It is a combination of compute and your memory.
Yes, very good answer. So if you give the answer like this, definitely it is going to make more sense. Compute, resource, storage, everything is db.t3 micro. Okay. So what is this name? Everyone, what is this name? T3 micro. You remember?
Instance type, that one, like
Very good.
what type of instance?
Very good. So we have created an instance type. What is happening with my pen? 1 minute. Okay. Oh, okay, let me go here only. Okay. So instance type engine Which engine I'm selecting? I need Postgre engine. If I want MySQL, I will check the MySQL. Postgre engine version. Postgre engine version, which is 15.7. Interview question. I don't have 15.7 ahead of the time. How I can identify it? Whether AWS gives me 15.7 or not. Is there any way to check? Yes, there is a command, AWS command. Whenever you are creating a database, make sure you run the command and make sure that in your automations, you check whether these particular database related uh, uh, versions are there or not. Okay. So to get the version, what is the command? Let me show you the command also. Let me show you the command also. One second. Okay, I will give you that command also. There is a command which if you run, it gives you all the Postgre available version which is available in AWS so that you can pick the correct one. The majority of time what happens if we don't understand that which particular version they have or not, right? Like that. So in that case, what will happen? Your automation might get fail. So I will give you the command also. So once you will run that command, automatically it will give you a list of the databases, Postgre database with the version. Okay. So in that case, what will happen if you run this command? That command uh, will not fail. Mean to say, let's suppose if AWS doesn't have 15.7 version available and you are executing this command might fail, right? So ahead of the time, what we do, we just create a variable using that command and we make sure that we are executing our automation only for the available version that is provided by AWS. Are we clear this? This is an important point. Are we clear? What I was
Uh,
trying to explain here?
yeah, I have a doubt.
Mhm. Please,
Harsh.
please. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a doubt. Sometimes in some cases, the OS and there might be a compatibility difference between the OS. This version will not compatible with this OS. Kind of
Mm-hmm.
how to verify and check before configuring before start
Okay.
configuring this.
Okay. First of all, when you are creating RDS, it is managed service, AWS managed service. So in that case, uh, you should not be worried about the OS. It is taken care by AWS by default. You have to just simply pass these values to that.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
you have to simply just give this value. Is this clear? The version one, is this clear?
Yes.
So I found the command, but let me execute it. So every database comes with its version. So when we write a automation, the best automation technique is always try the version first. Let's suppose I got a list that AWS provides me Postgre version under the North Virginia, only these versions. So what I will do, when I will creating my automation, I will make sure that I will use only the version which is provided by this AWS service provider. So common mistake, what happens? What common mistakes architects, DBAs or technical team or management team does? They commit to the customer that I have, let's suppose I have committed to a customer, I have 16.1 available on my database, AWS database. But what will happen? Customer have a specific need of 16.1 because its application runs on that. But after doing the contract, after doing everything, one final day I come to know that AWS doesn't provide 16.1 on North Virginia region. Then what happens? My whole architecture, my whole plan goes for toss. Yes or no? Happens, right? We don't pay attention to these minute details, but from today onwards, we will behave like a architect. We will behave like a solution architect, technical manager. We'll behave like a person who is going to build all these things from the scratch. So we have to pay attention. So all these things, these small commands will give you all this output, and then only you will take the version in your automation. Is there any way I can check before executing this command and my command will not get fail? Just keep finding it. I will tell you after this. Master username. Master username is my main database username that is going to control my database. My password, make sure you give some complex password. AWS is very strict about password. AWS has given you password list also. If you don't know how to generate the password, simply go to the internet and type password generator. Okay, and generate some strong password. Okay, there are a lot of utilities you can use and use all these values and generate your passwords like this. Okay, but otherwise your automation will fail again and again. In case if you don't know how to do it, you can use some MD5 values also. It will generate the password for you. Allocated storage. How much storage I want to give? I want to give only 20 GB because I am using a my free tier. Database name. What database I want to create? I want to create my database, or I can give prod database, development database, whatever. Backup retention period. I want to keep my backups to be available for 7 days. So very important thing, very important thing here. Where backup retention period 7 days. Okay, I asked this question to multiple people in interview. 7 days means from which day my backup will start? Monday or Sunday? Anyone?
Seventh day, like I think Sunday.
Sunday. So there's a small catch. When it is for US, it starts with 0. When it is UK, it starts with Monday. Okay, so keep in mind. If you are configuring this in European country, then your 0 will be which day? Monday. If it is European region, sorry, American region, then Sunday is your 0. So don't make this confusion ahead of the time. Go and read the documentation, which particular 7 days format your AWS provider or your service provider, your cloud provider is following. Otherwise, you will do a mistake. Mean to say, let's suppose you think Sunday, 0 is Sunday and you started your full database backup and your application is slow, right? Make sense?
Okay.
Okay. Oh, what
Getting
about
my point?
in Asia? It will be 1 day.
Asia have no standard.
Okay.
I'm so sorry to say this, but I see only these two standards.
Okay.
So when we are architecting all these things, we take care of so many minute details. So that's what I'm referring to, so that you are not doing mistakes. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So public accessible. I want my database to publicly accessible. That's why I have passed this flag. Which reason I am creating my database?
It was North Virginia,
Very
US
good.
East.
So
US
simply
East.
take this command. Simply take this command. Everyone clear before I hit?
So, sir,
Otherwise,
we are not passing availability zone here.
we are passing.
We
I'm passing, right?
You're passing just region, I think.
Yes, but I'm not creating any multi-region database or something. Very small database with less configuration, with the basic configuration. But you can do a lot of other things also. You can pass multi-region, you can pass multi-availability zone, all those things you can do in your configuration. I'm making it simple so that everyone can understand it. Is that clear to you?
No, sir, my question was like
Mhm.
how this configuration will understand. I need to just simply use North Virginia as my availability zone.
I have given here region.
Okay, this region lies only in North Virginia, is it?
Correct.
Okay.
I have just shown you right before starting.
No, I thought like this region
No,
same
no,
name
no,
can be available in
no,
other
no, no,
availability zone
no,
also.
no, no. Every availability zone has its number. So we don't call it by a name. We call it by their number, US East 1, US East 2, US 1, West 2, like that. So I have used US East 1, which is represent to North Virginia. If I want to create in Hyderabad, I will say AP South 2
Okay,
or
okay, got
Mumbai
it.
AP South 1. Okay, so simply let me open the screen on the right hand side. So from today onwards, no manual steps, okay? For practice also. Even though if you're breaking your head for a few days, I don't have any problem, but only by automation. Can you see this? My command is accepted without any error. Is this clear? At least instance started creating my database Postgre, my database Postgre. Make sense so far? Are we clear till here?
Yes.
So now we are not done. I'm just asking so far we are clear so that I can go ahead. I don't want any confusion in the mind because it's a black and white screen. If it is a GUI, you might get a lot of confidence. But I see whenever I write some code, people get confusion. So from here onwards, we will only write codes and don't worry
So
about the codes. Everything is available on the documentation. Yeah.
it does not that you run the command and there is a success or something after the you.
Yes, there is a success. There was a success. That's why
Okay.
otherwise it will give me an error. So I got the success only. See this? I have not maximized it, but I got the success. Otherwise, here only I will get error saying that your command is not correct or database values are not correct or the database version is not available, something like that. For
So
example, if I just say create database 18, for example, right? Uh,
mhm.
create
What will be the error?
for 19. So 19 is not at all available. First of all, I have to do certain changes. One. Okay. So 19 database is not released, I think, right?
Yeah,
No.
still 18
Yeah,
is
Mm,
still
no,
pending.
not release.
So
It is
here
still
I will get, it will give me very clear cut error. Can you see?
So so now it's in creating state. So how we know that
Hmm,
it's
hmm, hmm,
yeah.
hmm,
So
hmm.
it will take
Simply,
some time. No?
yes. So what we do when we are writing automation, we also write wait statement. So wait
Okay.
statements are the statements which give me the status of my command, whether my database is executed or not, or my database is so my command is basically for executed or not properly. So it is just giving me this. I will just run this command and leave it for some time. So the moment my database is ready, I will get the output here, or my command will come out basically. So can you see this? It is in creating state. That's why
Mhm.
my command is still waiting. Okay. So sometimes this database creation can take 1 to 8 minute, 1 to 9 minute also, 1 to 6 minute also. It depending on the region, in which region you are creating the database. Make sense so far?
Yes.
So let's suppose once my database is created, okay. Can someone tell me why this command is important from automation point of view? Why I'm waiting? What wait signifies here? When you are writing an automation, why you will use it?
Sir,
Anyone?
because it will give you the current status and the later steps will be dependent on the previous one. If your
Very
database is
good.
not available, then there is no
Hmm.
point.
Correct. Very good. So when you are writing your automation, you will write a wait statement. So once your wait statement is executed and in your shell script or Python script or your Golang script, you get, okay, my first command is executed successfully. then only it will execute the remaining part of your script. Okay. Any question? Meanwhile, database is getting created.
I have a question.
Yeah, please.
So as of now, we have created a database
Mhm.
with almost a default setting. That
Correct.
means we have not selected any subnet or private security group extra.
Mm.
So let's suppose in
Everything
real
is
time when
default.
we
Uh,
let's suppose in real time when we have to
mm,
be very specific or be very particular,
mm,
and
mm.
for every RDS instance we have to create a separate security group. So in
Correct.
that case, in the same command line we have to give the options, or we have to separately create first that security group or a BPC or
Mm,
other
mm,
stuff, and
mm.
then in this command we have to just include that option and give that value. How's it?
Correct.
So
Very good.
in a
Very good
single
question.
go we can
Yeah.
create in a single command we can create also and use also, or we have to
Mm,
separately first create and then use.
mm,
How is
mm.
it?
Very
Also,
good question, first of all.
one more
Mm-hmm,
question.
mm-hmm,
I missed that point when you said,
mm,
when you asked the question of 7 days retain
mm,
backup
mm,
wala.
mm-hmm,
For UK Sunday of, so for US
mm,
I think is 0. What
mm-hmm.
about Asia specific when we talk about
No, it is
Mumbai,
just
Hyderabad?
a conditional thing that I have told you. Before you are under creating any database related backup, make sure you follow these standards. So this is just a extra piece of information. It's nothing related to
Okay.
anything, but sometimes what happens in some countries, they follow the different standard. So when we are a DBA, we always think that 0 is Sunday. Okay. But in some countries, 0 is Monday also. So I have
Okay.
just asked a question like I have been asked this question
So
in some international interviews. So that's why I brought it here. And when you are writing
so
your backup automation, you make sure you follow these
mhm.
things. Yeah.
So next question is, so does
Mhm.
that impact the retention period? Like
Correct. It
let's
it re- it it is not directly impacting your retention period, but at least you should understand what kind of business you are in actually. Whether they are
actually
starting from 0 or 1 like that. Yeah.
some of my RDS instance where I see the retention is
Mm,
7 days,
mm,
whereas the available snapshots are
mm,
of 8 days, 9 days.
mm, mm,
So at that time I don't understand matlab, why it is when the
mm,
retention
mm,
is seven
mm,
days.
mhm,
So when you mentioned this, so
mm,
I'm thinking whether these also affect the retention, as in I've selected the 7 days, whereas
mm,
what for some reason it is considering Sunday as a
mm,
one first day.
mm.
So does
Right.
that directly related or something else will be is the reason?
Actually, I have to check what kind of configuration you did. So basically,
Yeah. Okay.
your snapshot is we have two kind of snapshot. One is taken
Yeah.
by AWS and one is taken by you. So that we have to see
Manual
in
and
your
automated, no?
correct manual and automated. So we have to see which particular configuration you
No,
did like
it's
that.
automated only. Automated only.
Yeah.
Any
Okay.
okay, okay, okay. We'll discuss. Okay.
So currently our database is ready and I got the zero flag, mean to say everything is clear. Okay, there is no error, nothing. Okay, so this certifies that my database is created successfully. So now once we have that particular status clear, now what we need a endpoint, right, to connect to this database. So simply we will run this command to get the database identifier or database name or database IP. So my database is created with this particular name, right? Vikas, let me give you the answer of your first question also. I forgot about it.
Yes,
So
yes.
Yes, yes.
let's suppose you are creating a production class database for using AWS CLI where you have security group, you have separate VPC, and you have separate subnet or all things, right? So when you are writing
Different
your
parameter
auto,
group also.
so it goes going in the same pattern, same like the you implement the hardware basically in data center. Okay. So when you are creating anything in the data center, what you do? First you arrange the power, then Ethernet, and then backup like that, right? In data centers, we do like that. So in the same way, in your automation, first you will create it, all these things. You will define a variable for all these things, variable 1, variable 2, variable 3. You will get the variable value like I did just now. See here, I executed my command and I got this value, right? Mean to say I got my database name, right? This is my database name, right? Which I
Yes,
just created.
endpoint.
Endpoint. You will take all these values and you will pass it to your AWS CLI command and it will get executed. In the single script itself, you are going to do it. For example, I will say echo, or I will
That will
say
be a bit advanced, I think.
bit advanced.
In a
Correct,
single
correct.
script,
You are
we are
single
creating
script, you
the
are doing it. Also in the single script, you are creating the variables also. Okay. So you can reutilize that script again and again using some, just passing some values. So is this
yeah.
command clear what I did just now? Anyone? What I did here just now? My database was created. To connect to a database, what we need? We need host name, right? Everyone. We need a host name. So how I'll get the host name? I don't want to go to the AWS directly. I will simply run a command. I'll get my host name. Even I can get the IP also. Okay, so this is my host name. So once I have host name, what I will do, I will simply go and connect to that particular database. Okay, so in my case, this is my host name.
Either endpoint also we can use, or we can use
Eh,
the
The best way is to use endpoint. Never ever use IP. If AWS has changed your IP suddenly due to some XYZ reason, technical glitch or something, you will be in soup. So always use DNS name, which is nothing but endpoint. Will this database get connect? In the normal scenario, just now he asked a question. As I have security group configured, I got connected to my database. Okay. But let me do one thing. Uh, let me, first of all, is this clear till here? What I did?
Abhishek,
Mm-hmm.
so in the previous commands, right, you have
Mm-hmm.
mentioned, you have given the command to create database, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in here, we have not used any security group name here.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you pick the security group? The default one?
Yes. No, because my account is already having the security group configured. That's what I was trying to do. Thanks for catching this. So I was going to do the same thing just now. I was asking the same question, right? Will my database will connect or not? So
Mhm.
in your account, when you're doing it first time, it won't connect. Okay.
Mm.
So why? Because your security group is doesn't have that value. So how to fix that? Let me make my security group default, okay, without any changes or something. Let me remove this rule. Okay, so now my account is same like your account. Okay, what you will get the new one. So once my database is created, I will try to connect it to the database. Will I able to connect it?
No, no,
If it
right
is
now,
first
no,
time? No.
no.
Why it is not able to connect? Yesterday we had a discussion about that. We have talked about one wall. We have talked about one small wall. Yes, this is one. This is the one. What is this? I know
Firewall.
things
Firewall.
are getting, yes,
Firewall.
firewall.
Hmm.
Very good. So when I'm doing it first time, my firewall will allow 5432 on AWS directly.
No.
No, it will not allow, right? Everyone is understanding first of all about this. Can everyone give me thumbs up? Because this is important from automation point of view, and you will not get these kind of thing outside. So please make sure you understand. If you are not clear, stop me. I don't have any problem if you ask the same question again and again, but don't be quiet. Okay. So how I'll add all these things? See, my database is not connecting, firewall is not accepting. So in my documentation itself, I have created a command which is going to add the firewall rule, and it will give me the access. So what is the command? The command is this one. Okay. So, but to allow the particular firewall or something, do I know my security group, or do I know the firewall name? No, I don't know. To get the firewall name, I will run this command first. I will get my security group name or my firewall name. So my firewall is this one, right? This is my firewall. I got my firewall name or my security group name. I will simply go to my step and I will pass this firewall name, and I will just allow the port on AWS. So let's understand this command first.
Abhishek, one
Mhm,
second. So
mhm,
you have used the default security group,
mhm,
right?
mhm.
But I want to create a new security group.
Then you can
I
create it. That is also
like
possible.
possible, right? Because
Yes,
I don't
yes,
want to use the
everything is
default security.
possible. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, everything is possible. Every option is possible. I'm not doing all these things now because a lot of people are new. I don't want to make them confused. So this is my AWS command. This is my EC2 authority, and this is my authority security group ingress. I'm just passing my security group name. I'm telling boss TCP IP protocol port number 5432. From anywhere, anyone can connect 0000. In which region? US East 1. The moment I will execute this command, AWS will add the firewall rule to my security group. Let me minimize this to this. Can you see this? My command is executed. That's what you were talking about, right? Last time when I execute command. So if my command is accepted, majority of the time, I get these kind of output. Is this clear, everyone? At least till here?
Abhishek,
Mhm,
Abhishek,
mhm,
if we want in production, if we want
mhm,
to restrict the
mhm,
subnet to, we
mhm,
don't want to use, don't want to give the CIDR range to everyone. We just want to
mhm,
restrict it to the
mhm,
particular subnet. Is it
mhm,
possible?
mhm. Yeah, it is possible. So in your rule, when you have added this rule, can you see I have this rule got added here? I have just refreshed my screen. So in the your inbound rule itself, you can go and you can add a rule. You can say TCP IP. You can say, for example, 5432. For example, in the custom, you can say IPv4. Here, rather than selecting everything, you can define the subnet. Let's suppose 192.168.1.24 like that.
Okay, thank you.
And you can save the rule. But no, we are not going to do this anything using hands or using keyboard and mouse. We have to do it by a command. So now what happened? Can someone explain me what I did just now? It is very important because for some people black and white screen is Greek and Latin. So just can someone explain me what I did here? After running this command, what
So,
I did?
so we open the port and we allow the access.
Very good. We have opened the port and allowed the access so that database users can connect to using 5432. And now let's go and connect to the database again.
Abhishek, my question here,
Mhm.
like you have configured this security group and it
Mm,
allowed
mm,
us to connect.
mm, mm,
Like when the security group is not there, when I
mm,
try to connect, it just
mm.
goes
It
blank.
will fail. It will fail.
Yeah, yeah. Like how do we troubleshoot that? What causing the issue? Like if it's a security group
Mm,
or I
mm,
have entered the wrong authentication, like
mm,
is there
mm.
any indicator?
It gives you very clear cut error. It gives you very good clear cut error. So AWS is having very good error handling system. So for example, here I was trying to create a database with 19 version. Can you see this?
Yeah, yeah, I saw that. But when you removed the security group and tried to connect, it just
Mhm.
stayed on the same
Because it
page.
was
It
taking
didn't
my
give.
default security group.
Okay, yeah. Then there we don't get any such error message that it's a issue related to the security group. We just need to assume it. It might be that.
You have to assume that if you are not giving a security group, it will take the default security group. In case if it is going and using some other security group or something, or you have any explicit requirement that your database supposed to use only that security group, then you have to variabilize or you have to write in your automation specifically use that security group. Because in the real-time scenario, that is very valid question that we use specific security group for databases. We don't use the default one. So you have to handle it in your automation that which security group you will use. I have answered your question. You are good.
Yes, but still that security group related error,
Mhm.
we don't get it right. We just need to just troubleshoot it
Yes,
in a way.
yes. You have to troubleshoot. Otherwise, it will take the default security group.
Yeah.
So simple thing, simple understanding. Let me make it simple for you. AWS RDS create database instance have certain parameter, which some parameters are uh, required parameter or static parameter, which you have to give always. Without that, they will not execute on the AWS CLI command. But
Okay.
some parameters are negotiable parameter or optional parameter. Even if you don't give, your instance will get created. So you have to think like that. So tell me one thing. As we are getting multiple questions related to security group and all these things, uh, how I can automate this entire function for my production? What will be my approach? Let's suppose we all are a solution architect, or technical people, and we are designing a production environment. And we want that we don't want to touch anything. We just want a single script and everything should be created according to our environment.
Then we can create a specific security group for the
Mhm,
production and we can
mhm,
include it in an automated script.
mm.
Pass that
Very good.
command in that.
Very good. So in other words, we have to be very sure whatever my database need as a parameter, it is created ahead of the time and it is dynamically included in my create statement command.
Can
Make
you
sense?
define the parameter? There is a file custom parameter group, so
Hmm,
configuration file.
hmm. We can
There's
define
a
that also.
okay.
You can define that also. Even you can go one level further. you can give your Git repository also. So once your database is executed, it will execute the script to your database and your database schema is created. Okay, so now, is it clear? I have answered your question. Is it clear? Someone has asked like the question. So is it clear? That's what you are looking for, right? Whatever parameter you want, you can pass it and it will get created. Okay,
Like
so yeah,
parameter group is default, right?
can you speak a
Parameter
bit
group,
louder? Sudeep, can you
yeah,
speak a
yes,
bit
yes.
louder?
Like
Yeah.
parameter group, before creating this RDS, I think we had to
Mm,
create manually parameter group and we can
correct.
apply.
No need to create manually. There is a command for
Okay,
that. So
okay,
even your parameter group will also be ready by the time.
okay. But by default, like whenever we install this RDS parameter group also, we will create it.
It will be created like your security group.
And yesterday we talked about this auto deletion
Hmm, hmm,
enable and some
hmm, hmm, hmm.
performance
Everything
insights.
is possible. Uh,
Okay. In performance insights, like we have paid version and free tier is
hmm,
there, right?
hmm,
How it
hmm.
will be like? It will by default it will be taking
No, by
paid and
default it is not taking performance insight because it's a paid one until
yes,
unless
yes.
you define it, it won't take it. It takes only default configuration.
Okay,
So
default configuration and whatever the free configuration is there, it will
correct,
take.
correct. It will take only things which you tell him to do it. It won't take anything which cost money. Getting my point?
Yeah, yes, sir, yes.
So they have these many parameters ready. You can control your full database. Whatever you do as a DBA, you can control the entire database stack. You can create it, you can copy it. Their documentation is very good.
Mm.
Okay. Any question before I go ahead?
Abhishek, there's a
Mhm.
one you have given publicly
Hmm.
accessible
Acceptable.
equal to true. If we remove that flag,
If you remove that flag, your database will be limited to your account only, and you have to connect from your account to something like that. Like it will be using the public IP. It will not using the public IP. Sorry, it will use the private IP, and it will
mm,
be lying under your AWS account. So you have to identify a way to connect to this database. Currently, it is publicly accessible, so I can connect
mm,
it. But if it is not having any public IP, you have to identify a next way how you are going to connect it using some third-party service or using some other services like that. Make sense?
Yes, Abhishek, related to the connectivity
Mm-hmm,
issue,
mm-hmm,
like we are a DBA that we created it and we are
mm-hmm,
using command line to connect it. For the
mm-hmm,
end user who uses this database, like they are using DB Weaver or a
mm-hmm,
mobile exterms or
mm-hmm,
SQL developer, what
mm-hmm,
details we need to provide them to connect it? Just host name and a port
mm-hmm.
number?
That's all. That's all.
Okay.
Let me connect to PG admin for you. So I'll show you that also. We'll take a break after that. I'm just getting some irritation on my throat. So simply give name AWS RDS connection parameter. Simply go and get your endpoint name. Database user is PG admin. PG admin. Database is MyDB. Password. What was the password? My secure password, right?
Yeah, my secure
Oh,
123 exclamation mark.
Pure
yeah.
pass 123.
Uh, password. Save. Okay. I have just created a database test DB. Let me create one more. Create test. Create database test DB02. create database test 09. Got it? Okay. So are we clear here till here? Because next step, are we clear? Are we able to write at least one single pipeline of implementation, the small one? Are we confident till now? Everyone, are we
So in
confident?
yeah, so in production,
Mhm.
someone has asked about publicly accessible thing.
Hmm.
So in production, we are using this flag. I'm not sure, like
In
because
production, you can use it, but in production, you are not going to. First of all, you should not create your database with public IP because it's not safe because anyone can connect to that. Rather than you in production, you have to create it with your private subnet without public IP.
okay.
Yeah.
So in that case, how we can access? We need to be in the
Ah.
same VPC. Some of the machines should be in same VPC. Then we are able to connect.
I'll
Is
give
this
you the
correct?
real time scenario. I'll give you
Uh-huh.
2-3 scenarios. Whatever suits to your requirement, you can pick it up. First scenario, you will create your RDS database. Also, along with that, you will create one Bastion host, or I will call it jump host, which is having public IP. And here I have audit system also, audited system. So whoever will connect over the internet will only know this IP. He will not know this IP. This is hidden. So first he will connect to my jump host. Jump host will, if jump host will identify that this user is genuine, it will connect to the database. Also, you can use tunneling protocols. So you can create tunnel here. So basically tunnel will work like this. On the starting of the tunnel where user is trying to connect, which will expose only 443 port, and outside of the tunnel it will go to 5432 port, which will go to your database. So actually user is not knowing that he is connecting to RDS using 443, and which will be handled by this middle host. Second thing, the connectivity of your RDS instance can also be managed by some application. Mean to say, you will first connect to an application. Application will redirect your connection to your RDS instance like that. Make sense? This tunneling
But
protocol,
yeah,
you can do
but
research.
here,
Mhm.
yeah, but here we are adding the extra layer in between the database connectivity. So there should be
Correct.
some, bandwidth or something is required because we are adding one layer extra.
Correct. Correct. So for the access only, for the normal access, we are adding this layer. For application, we are directly giving the access. So this is just for the admin or for the people who are connecting to the database. For application, they can connect directly to the database. So when I'm writing my AWS CLI command, I will add this route also so that database can connect from my jump host.
Okay, from application, how it direct connection to RDS?
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Okay. So let's suppose this is your AWS instance. This is AWS instance. It have two VPCs, for example. So this is your public VPC. This is your private VPC. Okay. In private, you have created your database DB. Okay. In public VPC, your application is running. Application can be anything: Python, Java, Kubernetes, or Docker, or anything. Let's suppose your application is running here. So application is going to, this particular public subnet is going to communicate with the private subnet using some IP forwarding or some rule. routing rule basically, which we will add. So application will only connect using this particular path to the database. And for the rest of the people, you will create jump host. Like for DBS, there will be jump host. Using that, they can connect to the database. Furthermore, let's suppose you need more access to this database. You can also write some kind of automation which is on the AWS Lambda or any other third-party utilities like that. Make sense? Is this clear? At least.
Yeah, from public host to private host.
Mm-hmm.
So like how there will be a connectivity? We should need to open some port or something like this, or
No,
how
no.
it is?
Simply you have to go to your VPC. Under the VPC, there will be a subnet. From there, you can just simply write a rule so that this particular subnet can communicate to other subnet. It's just a routing rule, basically. That's all.
The environment rule you meant to say?
Correct. Under in your environment only, you have to go and say this particular route and something, and you can create a route table from where to where you want to create the communication like that. But it is not going to happen manually. You have to write all these things in your AWS CLI. Okay, but let me give you after the break, let me give you some further more advanced option than AWS CLI that is there in my course currently now. After this, I have Terraform also, which is little more advanced than AWS CLI. But is this clear? Whatever I have explained you here?
Yes.
Yeah, the route table we have to use, right?
Some kind of routing or some kind of port forwarding you have to use to connect to your database. For outsider people, you have to use jump host or bastion host. So bastion host is a concept which you can read. It's a IT concept. Whenever we create a jump host, we call it as a bastion host. There are a lot of documentation available on bastion host. Even you can create a bastion host also along with your RDS automation. Make sense, everybody? Anything is scribbing, anything doubt? I'm fine if you say I don't understand any word. I will explain you again, but don't be mum. Speak something. Yes or no?
It's
Yeah.
clear, Abhishek. It's clearly understood.
Sir, like
Yeah.
in self-host, we have HBA config file, right? Like that here, security group is same with HBA config file.
Kind of HBA config file which you are configuring on top of your database. Very good. Yes. pg_hba.conf.
Okay.
I have a question before. Yeah, please, Prashant.
So we can configure like, host-based configuration or SSL host-based configuration.
Everything. Even when you are creating your RDS instance, you can pass your certificate request. Either you can use your existing certificate or you can create a new one also. That is also possible. Everything is possible. You can use your SSL certification. Everything is possible. It is damn flexible. Entire AWS can be handled by AWS CLI, Terraform, or whatever software you want to use. And personally, it is very passionating for me because I don't want to do all these things manually, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So we'll take 5-minute break. I want to drink water or something, and I will be back in 15 minutes. But don't hold your questions. I'm very much open for the question. Even I have to spend 1 hour more. I'm very much fine with that. Okay. Because this is the opportunity. The more you will ask the question, the more you will understand and more you will able to answer my question when I will ask. Okay. Make sense?
Yes. So I have one question. So like, why you choose the the US region? Any specific reason?
No, I have not, there's no logic behind that. Simply I have used it. Even I can use
Okay.
Hyderabad or Mumbai also.
Okay. I was thinking like some services were not available in some zones, so that's the reason we choose it. Something like
No,
this.
no, 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 no. That's
Okay.
not the reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I've simply used it because it is the default one which comes. So I have used it. That's all.
Is it cheap also as compared to other?
No, 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 no. It is not cheap.
No.
It is
Okay.
not at all
All right.
cheap. Cheapest one is South America, or I think they have removed South Africa also from here. Cheapest one is Mumbai, Hyderabad, according to me.
Okay.
And US regions are not cheap. Even European regions are not cheap.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. We'll be back in 15 minutes. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
And I might need 10-15 minutes more today. Okay. So be ready with that. Bye, everyone. I'm stopping the recording. Just remind me about that.
Okay.